Hello, listeners, and welcome to another episode of All in Our Business Podcast, the show where we discuss hot and controversial relationship topics while sharing our love journey along the way. It's your boy TC.
And it's your girl Kiki. What it do, y'all?
What it do.
What it do. We are back now.
We are back for what? This is part 3 of the series.
Three.
Blended families. So,
yes.
Let's get to it, baby.
All right, so here we are on our finale. We're going to discuss blended families, a few more things we're going to go into more detail about. Co-parenting. Respect.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah.
All right.
Conflict resolution and a few other things. Let's get to it. All right, so let's first start out by identifying or talking about major pitfalls to blending a family.
Okay. What are some major pitfalls? I know one, and I'm giving it to you from the man perspective.
Let me hear it from the man
perspective. Lack of respect.
Y'all feel like women don't give y'all respect, or the kids?
No, women.
Oh, here we go. Why you say that?
Because you don't.
What do you mean?
I'm not saying you. So
right.
Don't.
But you're saying what, like baby mamas or something?
Baby mamas.
Or ex-wives or something don't give y'all respect?
A lot of baby mamas have.
And why is that?
I don't know. You tell me.
Perhaps y'all not giving us respect, so we can't give it back to you.
Who ain't giving? I give you all the respect in the world.
That's what I mean, you, because we don't got that problem in our relationship, but we just saying in blended families.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. A lot of the time, and I'm just coming from this perspective, there are men who want to be there, who want to be in their children's life, and the woman uses that child against them to, in essence, get back at him. That's a lack of respect. If you love your kids, and if your kids want to be with their father, why would you block them from doing that?
Yeah, no, I don't understand that, because I'm always an advocate for my kids to go with their father. As long as it's a safe and secure environment, then I'm fine with it. Now, if the kids say they don't want to go, I'm not going to force the children to go. But I'm not holding the kids hostage saying y'all can't go over there.
I understand.
Please, by all means, pack your stuff and go on over there. Because that gives me time to do what I need to do, enjoy myself, and have a good time in my own house. But so yes, I don't understand that perspective, but what I can say is that I do know, as we're talking about respect, sometimes there are a lot of baby fathers that are petty and bitter, and they're even worse than a female. They show no respect to the women or to the woman that have birthed their children or child.
And as I said, respect is important.
Yes.
So I just came from a man perspective.
Yeah. And
I'm not saying that doesn't happen.
And I think it's disrespectful if you don't take care of your children. It's disrespectful if you just want to be a convenient parent. It's disrespectful if you just want to go on social media and pretend like you're the best parent ever and you're not there when it matters the most.
You preaching to the choir, baby, so I'm good.
So yes, a lack of respect is definitely a pitfall. Another pitfall is poor communication between the adults, especially. If the adults cannot sit down and have a clear conversation, an effective conversation, it is detrimental to the entire blended family.
So what would you say about co-parenting? Unhealthy co-parenting.
Yeah, that's definitely a pitfall. Yeah.
Okay.
You have to be able to effectively co-parent. So some adults aren't mature enough to sit back and say, you know what, it's about the child. I'm not worried about the two of us, or I understand the two of us are over with, but I need to be here for my child. And to be able to remove whatever emotions or issues that you may have and kind of departmentalize it and be an effective co-parent.
Okay.
There's no way that you should be out here in a co-parent relationship and not be able to talk to the parent of your child, the other parent of your child. No. You all should be able to have conversations about the child.
You should be able to have conversations. You should be able to discipline together.
Absolutely.
You should be able to handle whatever might come up financially for them together. You should be able to handle that.
You should be able to. And y'all should still be working together on one accord for the child. For example, if the child needs to be picked up at school, go to school early and then picked up early. Maybe both of the two of you need to have a conversation. One of us are going to work the early shift.
Coordinate the schedule.
Exactly. That's not saying I'm doing something for you. I can care less about you, but it's about our child. That is an example of effectively co-parenting. Do you have any examples? I think you talked about one time you had seen a parent co-parent effectively, and you was like, that was like a really good place to be, and you actually commended the father.
I don't remember who it was, but
right.
I vaguely remember the situation as well, but it was just, I guess something happened, and the one parent was like, can't get there, but Johnny or whoever needs to be picked up. So they called the other parent. The lady called the baby daddy and was like, look, Johnny, I need you to pick him up from X, Y, and Z. I wish I could, but I just had car troubles or whatever it was. I can't even remember what the situation was.
Right.
And he said, all right, no problem.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Because that's my child.
That's my
he didn't
child.
go, why? It's your week.
Right. Exactly.
Why do I need to pick him up?
Exactly. No.
Because it should never be about that.
No.
Whenever
You
it's
have
tit for
joint
tat,
custody, exactly.
and it has to do with, oh, well, it's not my week.
Exactly. Or my turn, or my problem,
But
not
then,
my concern.
but then when you need help,
Right.
the first thing you want to do is
It's
call
going to the other parent
and ask for a favor.
Right. But you haven't given
But
me
you're not
that.
willing to do a favor
Yeah.
for the other.
Yeah. And I think also, as we're talking about unhealthy co-parents, and I just want to make a note that sometimes there are outside influences that dictate that which shouldn't. So like if someone's with a new spouse or a new partner, not even somebody that you're married with, so I'm just going to say like a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and they seem like they have influence on the relationship with your baby mother or baby father, which should not happen.
I don't know about all that. Now if you said girlfriend and boyfriend, yes, I would agree.
Right, girlfriend and boyfriend. Spouse, I was saying was something totally different.
Okay,
So
well,
not spouse.
if you were saying spouse, then yes, that's a different
dynamic.
animal.
Yeah, because y'all all should be one. Like that's moving us as one.
Yeah,
But I'm
okay.
saying a girlfriend and boyfriend, somebody with a temporary title,
Gotcha.
should not be making permanent decisions.
Gotcha, I got you.
Yeah, even as close as we are, and then where we are in our relationship and where we plan to even go. Even now, you even tell me sometimes that's not my role just yet. You are famous for letting me know that.
That is
like I
my
can give you
famous word.
you are, yeah. You can give me like advice and you say, well, this is what I would recommend, or how about this, or have you taken the steps to do such and such? But you never say, no, this is what we're going to do right now.
No, that's
you
true.
don't, and you even say, I don't want to overstep my boundaries. You say that to me a lot. So you're like, I stay out of that.
Which is true.
And you kinda do.
Which for me, that's how I take this how it should be anyway. I should not have that much influence over you and your family, or you and your kids at this point in time. Don't get me wrong. You come to me because we're best friends, and I give you advice about things and whatever else. And you know how I am. I never try to tell you straightforward, here's what you should do.
Right, no, you don't.
I let you think about it. I'll ask you questions about how you feel and how
Right.
you're doing it to just get you to lead to how you want to handle it.
Right, yeah, you
Because
do.
most of the time for you, it's not, I don't know what to do.
Right.
I just want to make sure I'm doing the right thing.
It's more reassurance.
Yeah.
And then also I try to come to you because I want to see how it come off to a man, because I know I'm dealing with my ex and I'm dealing with the children's father. So I want to make sure it's not coming off as it would like to a woman, because I am a woman. So I want to make sure I'm just handling that appropriately.
No, that's
and
true.
I would say the last pitfall is probably one of the most important pitfalls as well. The inability to put the children first.
Yep. In your situation, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that very easily.
Yeah, and I think a lot of parents say the same thing, where the partner or parent that they're trying to co-parent with do not see things from the child's perspective. And
Okay. I could see that.
I
Now,
think you made a good point to say. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you were just going to say you see that very often in a certain group of people that don't care about
A type of individual. I was trying not to say it, but a narcissist.
Okay.
And you see that very commonly in a narcissist.
What do you see?
They don't care about nothing but themselves. And even when they do appear, and this is the key word, appear to be caring about the child, it's not done with the intent for the child.
What is it done under the tent?
And most of the time it's done to get back at the baby daddy or the baby mama.
Okay.
It's done with ill intent. It's
Gotcha.
never done with, oh yeah, my children need me, I gotta make sure I'm there.
Gotcha.
The first thing is, I ain't got no money for them kids.
But you
Why
got
would that-
Jordans.
Right, you got some fresh Jordans on. But why would that statement come out of your mouth?
Right.
And it's your children.
Your child.
And to even have an individual say out of their mouth, I'm not doing anything else for this
That
particular child.
Don't ask me.
Don't ask me for
I've heard those
nothing.
words. I've heard those words, Dr.
Ever again. That was the words that, and hold on, that was the words that was written. So this is in a text. Don't ever ask me for nothing for the kids because they're angry. Because you asked him to do something that, as a father, he should have been willing to step up and do without a problem.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason,
Yeah,
he didn't want to.
right.
So, there you go. There's a pitfall, y'all.
Those are
all the
definitely some
pitfalls.
important pitfalls, yeah. Now let me ask, I hear a lot of women often say, no one comes before my child. But when you marry, your husband should come before your children. The Bible says.
Okay.
So my question is, if you're not married, is it okay to prioritize your children over your man? But when you do become married, that should change. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to say this just for us. I'm not trying to put nobody else. However y'all handle is how you handle it. And you've heard me say this on numerous occasions. I'm dating how I plan to be married. So, but even in the midst of that, I understand there's times where it doesn't matter if we have something planned, we supposed to be going on a date, we supposed to be doing something. If something comes up with the kids, it takes priority right now because we are not married. We are not one. Now, when we're married and something comes up with the kids, we'll probably still end up doing it for the kids, but at least we know, hey, babe, I know we had something planned, but you said X, Y, and Z, so let's just change the plans. Where now it can be seen as a negative.
Right.
If something comes up when we have plans and we have to change it.
Absolutely.
But I'm understanding of that situation because I know how you are and know how I am.
Yeah.
If something comes up, like there was a basketball tournament a couple of weeks ago that we literally, I think the coach texted my youngest Colin that night at like 10 o'clock and said, can you make it tomorrow to the Eastern Shore? 2.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
And I think we had plans that next day to go somewhere, and I was like, well, babe, I'm just letting you know.
We gotta change
I gotta
that.
go to Eastern Shore, so.
And I was open to that. But again, I think for us, we had those conversations early on in our relationship. Like it was very clear that we were 100% dedicated to our children. And there's no wavering of that.
Right.
But you do get in relationships with people that don't share that same understanding, whether it's because they don't have children, whether they never had children, don't want children, or whatever issue that they have. And I've heard women say, I'm not dating your child, I'm dating you. But no, you are dating that whole
You're dating
person.
me, you're dating my children.
Yeah, that's the same thing with your parents. You can't, I mean, at some point you can put up boundaries, especially, yes, with your kids, your parents, and everything else, but ultimately you're still dating that entire person, what comes along with that package. And if you're not ready for that, you just shouldn't commit to that.
No, that's true.
Now, let me ask you, if early on you see that a woman is having issues or may have jealousy over how you may put your children over her, how would you handle that?
Thank you, God, for revealing that.
Yeah. So what happened to the men that stay there or the women that stay there knowing that their partner have an issue with
It's
their
just,
children?
as I like to say sometimes, it's just a ticking bomb. It's going to eventually blow up.
Blow up. Gotcha.
Now, it might not happen today. It might
Right.
not happen a month from now. It's eventually going to blow up because that person sees it and knows constantly this person is just not here for me.
Yeah.
They're not here. They don't care about my kids. They don't have no love for them at all. And the kids see that.
Absolutely. They can feel that.
They probably see that before you might. And then you got to understand fairly quickly, why would you want to be with somebody who says they love you and can't accept your kids?
Hello. Come on, somebody.
Because as part of that love, my kids are part of
me.
who I am.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah.
So, and I think this is one thing we definitely talked about. I was like, I'm letting you know from the jump, I don't miss any of my kids' stuff.
Yeah.
And that's been extended to both Kevin and Nicole. If I can make it to one of their cheer events or football games or basketball games, I am right there with them.
Right there.
And it's never going to waver.
Right.
From the moment I'm started dating you until the day we no longer are together.
Absolutely.
And I mean, we date.
Right.
Because if we ain't together, I'm still going to be in their lives. Because
Right.
that's just who I am.
Yeah.
I got love for them. Yes, me and your mother may not be together, but I still got love for you. And they know my phone is always available to call me anytime. And if you need something, I'm here.
Right.
They know that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and vice versa.
And vice versa.
That's
Definitely vice versa.
non-negotiable for us in our relationship. All right, so we're going to talk about how do you handle an ex-partner forcing your child to do something they don't want to do with your current partner.
Outside of laying my hands on them?
Well, yeah, outside of putting the hands on.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, because I was putting hands on
I
them. That
don't
was,
think any child should be forced, and we talked about it before. Like, we know some parents in the household force their children to call their stepmom mom.
Well, and I'm gonna take this to another level.
What?
So I understand where you're going, but since we're talking about blended families,
Yeah.
there are times where my mother-in-law, and even sometimes my mother, well, not my mother as much, but more so my mother-in-law, feels that the boys don't respect her and don't call and check on her and do things like that. And you know how I am. I'm very defensive of my kids.
And I'm even more defensive. So
I know, but
wish
just
you could
listen.
see my face right now.
No, I
I don't even
understand.
know what we got to talk about this.
Well,
but
I'm
go
just
ahead.
saying, it's part of a blended family, man.
Yeah.
And there's times where I literally gotta go, you do realize these kids, both of my kids, are just extremely busy. Mm-hmm. They both play 2 sports. Mm-hmm. They're actually calling 3 sports now in high school for the school year. Mm-hmm. So that's back to back to back. He doesn't get a break during the season. During the year playing. He goes from soccer to basketball to track. Mm-hmm. And that's a given. 4 or 5 days a week of practice, track meets on the weekends, games, who knows, every day of the week sometimes, tournaments on weekends sometimes, as we just mentioned. So where is he going to find the time to sit there and go, hey, Grandma, I wanted to check on you? And I don't know any teenagers that go check on people.
Right, no.
They'll check on their friends because they got their low and they be like, what you doing in my neighborhood? Blah, blah,
But their
blah.
grandparents, they're not.
But they're not doing that to
every
their
day,
grandparents.
every other day, once a week, none of that. But I think the conversation stops at, these are my children.
It does. And the beauty and the sad part for both of them is I've always taught them to respect their elders.
Absolutely.
So even when I gotta tell them sometimes, I literally go, look, if you don't want to do this and you don't want to do that, you have to voice yourself. You have to tell whoever it is that you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, nothing's wrong with
So
that.
even if that's your friends and they say, oh, we trying to hang, man, come on, and you go, I don't really feel like it.
Right.
I'm just going to chill at home. Then it's quite all right to do that.
Yeah. But I think in all of those scenarios, when we're talking about forcing children to do stuff, and in all of those scenarios with blended families, and even like you're saying with your mother-in-law and their grandmother, I mean, grandparents, they call the kids and they feel a certain type of way. They want to speak to the kids and stuff like that. But also, as the adult, as the guardian, as the parent, the primary parent, those are sometimes conversations we have to step in. Like you're saying, sometimes you give the children free range to be able to tell and say how they feel, but ultimately, us as parents, we have to step in and create those boundaries. Because I've had those same issues where my ex-husband, his mother, have said things that hurt my children's feelings. And I've had to confront her to tell her the stuff that you said, you may not see anything wrong with it, but it's detrimental to him or to her. Those things should not be said out of your mouth. And whether you understood it or not, I'm letting you know and sending you the reminder that it's incorrect.
Right.
So those are conversations that adults have to have. And I would say when we were going back to the example of a child being forced to call a stepmom mom, in my opinion, just my opinion, I don't think that's right. You have to allow that child to call that step parent whatever they want to call them. In
reasoning.
And reasoning,
With
exactly.
respect, yeah.
But what I'm saying is that you can't force them. This is your mother. Day one, this is your mother. This is your stepmother. So she's gonna be called. You're gonna call her mom. You ain't gonna call her mom, but it's gonna be mom. And it's like no.
I'm not comfortable calling her that. I don't want to call her that.
Exactly.
And it's quite all right.
Like I said, within reason, if they still want to call you your first name or by your last name to be respectful or something of that nature, allow them to do so. When they feel more comfortable with you, if they want to change the names or whatever they want to do, then just allow it to be organic. I think that's the most important thing. With us, and I know when we were first blending our families, we literally had to just be patient and be flexible with things. There were days where the kids all got in the car and nobody wanted to talk.
Oh, well.
Because they were just...
But we just gonna talk and we get home, and then they would get home and they
And
just,
start
whatever
chatting.
funk they done got out of, now they want to be chatty in the house.
Exactly.
Okay,
we
no
not
problem.
sitting here being upset about, because you understand tonight.
Right, y'all not gonna get my car and not say nothing.
Right. I mean, you can say hi, but after that, if you don't want to talk, we understood.
Yeah.
So we were just fine with meeting them. And I think that's the thing, like meet them where they are.
Okay, so let me ask you this question.
Please
Since you-
ask.
How do you handle a spouse that don't want your kids around?
So I think the easiest thing is if they don't want your child around, you keep your child away from them.
But that's your spouse. How do you handle you? So let's say,
think
for
me-
example,
no, let me just-
hold on, no, let me give you a hypothetical. So you are no longer married. We start dating, we get married, and now I say, I don't really like your kids. I don't.
Oh,
want them
okay, yeah.
around."
Well,
How do you handle that?
I'll be on my second divorce.
Damn.
Just like that's not,
like that.
For me, that's non-negotiable. I'm sorry. You don't fuck with my kids. It ain't no me. Like what?
I understand.
And that's why you and I, we had clear expectations in the beginning. And not only did we have clear expectations, but we implemented that quickly. Like we were going to games and stuff like that as soon as we started dating. Like it was non-negotiable.
Right.
Like you was at a cheer comp. You laughed, but I remember you like posting one time at my very first cheer comp. Never thought I had this, and this is ridiculous. Like you and Colin would laugh about the music all being the same. It was new, but now y'all veterans to it.
Yeah.
But you were there from day one, and likewise. So yeah, if you don't want my child around, you can't have me around.
No, I understand.
That's just how it is. And then, what do you do about parents or step parents, I'll ask, that mistreat your children or show favoritism to their kids over your kids?
Outside of laying my hands on them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Outside of that.
Outside of that?
So you don't gotta go to jail.
All right, you'll go to jail.
I know that's right.
So let me ask you this question. How do you deal with conflict in a blended family?
You gotta address it as it comes, because conflict can come from many different angles.
They come from different places.
You know what I mean? So depending on the conflict, if you're dealing with outside sources that causing the conflict, you need to address them head on. If you're dealing with children that may feel like there's some favoritism or there's, some issues in the household, and you gotta address those. So I think just taking the time and then being patient with it and communicating.
Okay.
That's most important with handling conflict. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So how about discipline? What's your thoughts on that as a stepdad? Do you think it's fair for you, or are you when we get married, are you in a situation where you can discipline the children? My kids.
Yes. I'll say it like this. I'm not the disciplined type of person. And I'm just being honest. I'm a little bit different when it comes to that.
You really are.
I'm more of, we're going to really have a conversation about the situation.
It's more a teachable experience.
It's more of a teachable moment for me. That's
really
great.
is.
I love the way you worded that.
Yeah.
It's more of a teachable moment for me because I know it's going to come back up again. Mm-hmm. I've never had to discipline my kids and it happened one time and then they'll never do it again.
Really? Well, you ain't do it right.
No. I have where I've scared them to death.
Mm-hmm. Did that really work?
It did.
At that moment.
It did. Well, no, especially this one for Jelani, signing my name on a test because he failed it. Uh-huh. And then when I found out it happened, I came in the house and I just lit him up. Mm-hmm. And Mama Jackson is literally like, please stop hitting that boy. Please stop hitting that boy. Please, you're going to kill him. Please stop hitting that boy.
Mm-hmm.
But he never did that again.
Right.
I grew up in that phase, that time, where my parents beat me. Well, not my father, but I remember there's one time I didn't want to take a bath. And I was young. I was probably like maybe 8 years old. And so I came in the house, and I think I might have said, Mom, I'm not taking no bath. Ooh. She threw me in the tub full of water. And made me take a bath.
That's right. Don't tell me what you ain't going to do.
And I think the fear of that was enough for me, like, nah, good. She half crazy. Yeah. I ain't got to worry with that. Yeah. Next time she asks me to take a bath, okay, Ma, no problem, I'm going to take a bath. Yeah. It only takes one good time in essence scare
the children
living out of the kids for them not to do anything again.
Yeah. So let me ask, because you said that before you scared the boys and you've done that or whatever the case may be. So would you feel comfortable being a stepdad? And although the kids are older, so it may not necessarily apply right now, but let's say if the kids were younger, you putting your hands on a child that's not yours.
To a certain degree. It depends on how our relationship is and how we talk, how we decided we'll handle discipline.
Gotcha.
Because sometimes at that age, you have to not spare the ride.
Yeah. You
have to.
Now, what if the father had a problem with you doing that?
Then we can have a conversation about that. Mm-hmm. That's fine. Mm-hmm. I don't have, and I've never shied away from any conversation with him. Period.
Right, yeah.
So we can have that conversation. Mm-hmm. But especially, let's say for that, of course they were older, but let's say they were younger. Yeah. And when you moved in with me, and I had to discipline. Mm-hmm. Now I wouldn't even call it discipline. Mm-hmm. I had to speak to Kevin about certain things. I had to speak to Nicole about certain things. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't. I never looked at it as discipline. I'm just trying to teach you. It's a teachable moment for me. Right. Letting you know you might not want to do that. Mm-hmm. And that's how I take it. That's how I am with my boys. I'm not. I mean, I've beat them every once in a while, but it's not
Right.
Like I'm the angry father and I got to beat them every time they do something wrong.
So I think what you're saying is that it depends on where it's coming from. If it's coming from a place of love, sometimes it's more.
If it's coming from a place of
acceptable.
love, it's fine.
Right.
I'm telling you, I love you and I don't want to see you go down the wrong path.
Right.
I don't want to see you do this. I don't want to see you do that.
Yeah.
So it's a conversation because that's a teachable moment. Because
Absolutely.
like I said, if it's something like that, I promise you that situation is going to pop up in their life again.
Yeah.
Where they need to have that in their mind. Where, oh yeah, TC told me this. He said, next time this happens, think about this.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I think also, like I said, I think you need to know your partner, who you with, to make sure that you feel comfortable with them disciplining your children. You're not always going to be around. There were times when I was living here and you had to go to California and I had all of the kids here by myself. And there was things I told them to do. Boys, I need y'all to take out the trash. I need you to do this. And Nicole, I need you to do this, because it was just me. So the things that TC would normally do in here when he was doing the trash and stuff, well, I can step in and do that. And when we get back together, we talked about that, the kids doing things and doing more things around the home and stuff like that. And those are, things that we'll come up with. But I feel as if you trusted me enough to know that she loves me, she loves my kids. She's not going to do anything or stir them in the wrong way or hurt them. And I told you before, I said, and you hear me, I talk to my kids a little rough because I'm not going to sugarcoat no things to you because the world is not going to. So the same love, because that's where it's coming from, is extended to your boys as well. Now, like you said, you're not a disciplinarian. I probably am just the loud one. I don't even think it's really discipline. Because again, I feel like you've raised your children. Your children are grown, 21 and about to be 18. My kids are practically older, 16 and 14. I've already established the rules and regulations in the household. We're just at a place right now that we're enforcing it.
Right.
So guess what? If you're an adult or if you're a preteen and you don't want to do it, we can easily solve that because the doors can be locked. You can just move on out and do your own thing at your own home, or your phone can be taken. So it's super easy now with discipline. You don't got to go around doing all these other things. And like I said, I think for the most part, our children are already disciplined. So we don't have to do that. But the reinforcement of it, telling them, I need you to do this, or don't do that, or respect the home. And like you said, everyone has the
Pick up
same
after
rules.
yourself. It's more cosmetic stuff now.
It really is. It really is.
ain't no real
I'm
big
not going to be
issue.
telling you that all the time.
Right.
And that's the thing that I get on with my daughter Nicole. I'm not going to be telling you all the time, clean your room. You're 16. You should know that by now. So there's going to be a consequence with that because I'm not going to be yelling the same thing every single day.
Right. No, I got you.
So there's some things that we have to put in place with the kids, but I do think that you should know your spouse well enough to say, you know what, I'm okay with her disciplining them because I know it's coming from a good place. Now, if our children were smaller and I had to beat yours or you had to be mine, you had to know that they had to do something bad at that moment for that to happen. But a lot of parents are having conflict in their homes because people are saying, those are my kids, don't you put your hands on my kids.
Right. But how many times you're out, and I laugh at this all the time, you're out, and I'm not trying to stereotype, but you're out, and it's a white lady by herself with 2 or 3 kids, and the kids are literally just running around doing what the hell they want. And we as the other persuasion are sitting there looking like, you better beat that child ass.
Listen, we went on vacation recently, was traveling somewhere, and the amount of times we had to say, if you don't whip that child, if you don't do, kids just running crazy.
Running crazy. And the Bible says it itself, spare the rod, spare the child.
These are little kids. These kids were like 3-4 years old.
I don't care.
I said.
And you ain't got to hit them hard. Just spank them on their little tushy, as they say. Spank them on their little tushy. I bet you they understand.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, it's funny. I've seen this little skit a couple of times where I guess they're trying to train a dog to not maybe chew on her shoe or something. So they'll have like a fake dog, and they'll have the fake dog like it's chewing on the shoe, and then they just start pounding on the fake dog. And the real dog be looking like,
I don't want that.
nah.
Right.
So that's what's happens if I eat that shit.
Exactly. I ain't
Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna stay over here.
Yeah.
But that's showing them or teaching them, okay, that's the wrong thing to do.
Absolutely.
And like I said, if you have to do it just one time,
Yeah.
you are doing great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now if you have to keep constantly doing it
Right.
over and over,
Then we're gonna have some
then we
problem.
got a problem.
Yeah.
Because that child just don't respect you enough to even listen to you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
I think another issue with the families, and not really an issue, but just a topic to bring up, is sharing custody with the other parent.
Okay.
And I seen a reel recently where a mom, I think her and her ex had joint custody. So it appeared as if they did 1 week on and 1 week off. And obviously it wasn't the mom's identified week, right? And next thing you know, she's in the house chilling, relaxed, watching TV, just real super chilling, just at peace and happy. And next thing you know, the damn kids are at the door, boom, boom, boom. We here, Mom. She like, this your dad's week.
That tends to happen almost every week for you, baby. So
I said, that's
take that for what it's
relatable.
worth.
Yes. So
I feel like kids always are gonna gravitate to the parent that they're most comfortable with.
That's true.
Regardless.
That's true. Yeah.
And that's just a given.
Yeah,
And you
that's
are
true.
that parent. You are the parent who you're willing to take them out on little dates. You're willing to do things. You're willing to do things with them. I can't say the other partner does that.
Right, yeah.
I really can't say that.
So they gravitate to that. So that's the only point that I was going to make. Despite the custody or despite the living arrangements in place, I just want to say for children and blended families to make sure that you're doing what's best for the child. Because the child feel like if it's best to be right here in this moment, you don't want to disrupt that. And also a point that you made a few episodes ago, you said even if you're not present, still be present. And parents have to recognize that. Even when my children aren't with me in the household, I'm still calling, checking up on them. I'm still asking them, are you doing your homework? Did you get to school on time? Good morning. Have a great day. Are you out of school? Are you out on the way to school so I can know that you get there? And you laugh at me, but I have the alarm set. So the same time they get up in my house, I call when they're not at my house to make sure you're still getting up so you're going to school. When you come home, what are you doing? Are you eating? Did you clean up behind yourself? I'm asking those questions to still be present.
Right.
How was practice? Because I don't go to their practice. Even when I do have them, I don't sit in the practice. But I just know that they're not in my presence for that particular time, but I'm always checking in to make sure that they're good. So I think parents, you have to make sure that you're doing that, definitely.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about it. People say that, or I guess you had the statement, you said real men recognize real men.
That is true.
And I've heard that some parents aren't even, or some dads, or some, I guess we just say parents, some parents aren't even deadbeat. They're just, because deadbeat is really easy to identify. They're just immature and they haven't yet, they don't care about how, the number of sacrifices you got to make for their child. They don't care about that. They rather do what's convenient. If it's convenience with their time, convenient with their money, convenient with their effort, I just do when I want to. And as a parent, as a real parent, excuse me, I feel like
Let me just speak for the
week
father.
on. Okay, I'll let you do that. I was going to say, as a real parent, there's no week on, week off. So even though that's the custody agreement, perhaps, where the child live at, you're still a parent all the time.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
As me as a father, I've never said, oh, well, I ain't trying to be no father today.
Yeah.
It's 24/7, 365. Even now. Now, for me, of course, my situation is a little bit different because it's just me.
Right.
But even if my wife was still here, it would be 24/7, 365. There wasn't a day I was not the kid's father.
Right. Call your mother for it. Yeah. I ain't got it. And you just, that's just, and you're fine with that.
And the sad part about that, and I've heard him say that on New, I just ain't got it. You know, just from today, I had a situation, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna make this happen.
You did.
But I sit down for a minute, let my mind calm, and then I said, okay, how do I handle this? I went into survival mode, as you like to call it.
Exactly.
I don't know any man who doesn't live in survival mode when it comes to his family.
And the same thing this morning. I woke up and I had an issue.
You had an issue.
And I came to you and I was like, what do I do? And like you said, you go back to the drawing board. As a mother, there's no such thing as,
I just can't be their father.
I just can't do it. I don't know what I'm going to do. Mothers figure it out. We find a solution when there is no solution. We get an answer when we absolutely have been down the list of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all of the alphabets and still trying to go and find the answer to something. Mothers do what they have to do.
That's what real parents do.
Real parents ultimately
They're
do
not
what they
sitting
have to do.
I don't know how to handle this.
Or I'm just not going
Or
to.
I'm just not going to say nothing.
I don't care. I don't know. I have never, I think initially, when if something comes to me, I'm like, oh, I don't know. And then, of course, that's just...
Right, but your I don't know is...
Yeah.
Right now, literally at this
very
specific moment, I don't have a solution.
Yes, but I'm
going
to
figure something out.
I'm going to figure it out, yeah. So as a real parent, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what is embedded in you. I just don't know how to... Even us, both of us, I don't even think we know how to even say no sometimes. Like we laugh with each other and we say that we're going to work on boundary setting with each other because sometimes we know that we just got to say no. But even in that, it's still difficult for us.
It is because we love our kids that much.
We do.
That we will sacrifice for our kids on a consistent
and
basis.
It's funny because kids, they don't need confusion. They need consistency.
Mm-hmm.
They need to know I can depend on this parent because they got my back. I know my mom gonna make sure I get to my practices. I know my mom's gonna make sure I'm safe. I know my mom,
But it's sad. I think it's sad when you get to that point where you have that parent that they already know is not reliable, and they don't even want to ask
that parent.
And it can be for something as minor as, can I get a milkshake from Chick-fil-A or something?
Yeah.
And I don't even want to ask because I already know they're gonna say no.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Who wants to have a parent like that you don't feel like they're there for you?
Yeah, that's sad. That's rather sad. Yeah. And it brought tears to my eyes because a few weeks ago my son told me, he said, and initially we were just joking, but he was like, I think my daughter had asked for something from DoorDash. And I was like, I'm not getting DoorDash. And he looked at me, he said, Mom, when have you never gotten us DoorDash or gotten us the food that we wanted to eat? You sacrifice all the time to get us what we want. And I was like, oh my God. Like, you do it so often. I think even you said that around Christmas time, or it was another time, I think Father's Day. You sacrifice so much for your children, but to hear it from your children, I think you read a letter from one of your children just to say how much they appreciate what you do. And of course, we don't go around looking for that because that's not what we do it for. We really don't. But the fact that our children recognize what you do, it just means so much.
But I think, and it's funny, I don't know if you remember this, but I sent you a reel last week where it was a father and his two kids, one daughter, one son, and his wife kept asking the children a question. And I thought it was so impactful just the way this happened. So they were standing beside each other, and she goes, if your father gives you a hug every morning when you get up,
take a step
forward. And by the end of all the questions she asked, the kids both looked back, and their father was just sitting there because he was like, my father wasn't there for me like that.
Yep.
And both of the kids were crying. And then I think the son ran over
back
to him
to
and
his
he
dad.
said, I'm so sorry, Dad. And he gave him a hug, and of course the fathers just start bawling. But I don't think we understand how impactful our parents are to us.
Say it.
So don't take the assignment that God has given you. Baby mamas, baby daddies, whoever out there, do not take the assignment for granted.
Yes.
You just don't know how impactful you can be to that child.
In a good way and also a bad way.
I'm sure in his case, he was like, my father was no good. He was not there. I'm going to be there for my kids in the way that he was not. So it impacted him negatively.
Absolutely.
But it impacted his kids positively.
Absolutely. But that goes to show with him, like he said, I'm not going to allow the cycle to continue.
Right.
And if you know that you've experienced that, why would you want your children to experience that as well?
The same thing you did.
You shouldn't at all.
Never.
You really shouldn't. So I think that's a good point to make. And kind of we talked about it as well. Parents keeping their children away from the other parent.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
Especially if that father, and I'm speaking from a man's perspective, because a lot of times it's us men who get the short end of the stick. If I'm a father and I want to be around my kids, and my kids want to be around me, don't keep them from me because you bitter and angry because I moved on or I got another girlfriend or whatever.
Cut it out.
Just stop.
Please.
Just stop. You're being
immature.
ugly.
Yeah.
And extremely immature.
Yeah. And ultimately, you're hurting them children.
You are hurting the children more than you're hurting.
They don't have any memories with their father. They don't have any time allocated with their dad. And they're growing up, and it's just a one-sided household or one-sided relationship, just what they had with you. And they may even resent you for that.
They might. Very easy.
So again, with me, I've always been so flexible. And I know my ex disagrees because right now he in his little feelings or whatever. But just to be all in our business and 100% transparent so people can hear the truth from me, myself, I've always advocated for my children to go spend time with their father.
Now, you can't, and yes, you do. I will give you that. But even in that same light, if either one of them say, I don't want to go over there, You don't force them to go over.
Absolutely not. No, because I don't know what it is.
Right.
That's
There's something
causing
for them to say, I don't
want
want
to.
to. Right.
And again, that's not me keeping you from your children. That's them saying they don't want to go
They don't wanna
anywhere.
go over with you.
And all my life, my son especially, my daughter is different. She's a social butterfly, so she always will go over people's houses. My son, he would say he going to people's sleepovers, and I would sit there and be like, yeah, I know. And guess what? And when it's time for them to go to bed,
Before the lights went out,
he
was
calling.
calling.
And that's why he always had a cell phone when he was young, because I ain't play those games. I'm not keeping my child at nobody's house where they don't feel comfortable at, because you don't know about spirits, you don't know about. I'm just different when it comes to that. So I will leave out my house midnight, 1, 2, 3 in the morning, whenever they come get him. And the same principles that I've used years ago are the same ones I stand by today. If you don't feel comfortable, I don't care where it is. You're not staying if you don't feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got a problem with that, Dad, you take it up with your child.
Right.
If you got what the problem is in the household, the reason why he don't want to be around.
Okay.
Yes, that's more.
So let me ask you another question.
Please ask
And this
away.
one's a personal one.
Oh Lord.
What has been the most difficult part of our blended family?
You.
Here we go. Here we go.
I thought you was going. Oh, I thought you was going. Now you
You
look
thought I was gonna what?
nothing.
What you thought I was gonna
can't
do?
talk about it.
Why you can't talk about
Because I
it?
thought if I said you was gonna come give me a hug and I
Oh,
could
nah.
touch your sexy body. That's what I thought I was about to get. Okay, all right. Let me.
Can't help you there.
Damn.
Nanny boo boo.
Dang. All right, let me quickly answer this so we can be done. I can get my feel.
Oh, man.
No, I would say the most difficult part about us blending our families have been probably two things. The first one, as we talked about a little bit here, has been the difficulty with co-parenting with my ex.
Okay. I could definitely see that.
Yeah, I know you can attest to that. Sadly, I thought we would be at a better place where we could openly communicate, where we could still have family dynamics. I'm not saying still be a family, because I know we're not necessarily a family, a happy-go family as we are or as we once were maybe. But just be at a better place where we both could be mature to co-parent, to be able to talk, to be able to make decisions on behalf of the children, to discipline the children correctly, to provide them with guidance, to help them. And we fail in all of those areas.
I understand.
And I'm left with the short end of the stick 99.9% of the time.
No pun intended.
None.
My bad.
No pun intended. But anyway, that's been difficult. So I've been on this prayer fast for the last few days. We both have been, you and I both. And that's been an area that I've been praying on. And I've seen a little bit change, but only God can make this change and the impact that is needed. And ultimately, like I talked about earlier about the pitfalls, in the blended family, we're dealing with all of those. And that's something that we want to straighten up, and ultimately for the betterment of our children. You know, that's all that's most important to me. And it saddens me, and it saddens my heart that even when I have those issues and I want to create a better co-parenting atmosphere, I reached out to his family, in particular his mother, and I was met with, those aren't my son's behaviors. There was no accountability.
Hey, some parents are delusional.
Yeah, so
That is your son. It's been your son since you birthed him.
Yeah.
So maybe the problem is you don't see yourself as a bad parent.
Yeah, so I mean, it's hard when you do make all of the effort in the world and you're met with resistance. So I'm going to continue to push forward. I know God is in full control, and I believe that he's going to continue to work everything out. But for me, that's been a huge issue. And I continue to be optimistic every single day. I try to be hopeful, and I try to change even some of my approaches. I speak to you often about it because I don't feel like I'm at fault with anything. Sometimes I do meet Patty with Patty.
You do.
Sometimes I am the immature one because I've been disrespected. But I've been constantly disrespected, and that's when I've gotten to my place where I say, you know what, enough is enough.
Right. No, that's true.
Yeah, so I've done things like I had to block people. I've had to keep you out of my lives. I had to not speak. I had to do those things for the sake of myself because it was killing me.
Right. No, I understand.
So that has been a huge issue that, again, hopefully in 2026, it can become better. We'll see. And then the second issue, or the second most difficult part, has been kind of with our blended family, has been reaching your children, because I know, unfortunately, they lost their mom, so they don't have a mother. They haven't had a mother in a while, so I don't want them to feel as if I'm trying to be her replacement. And neither one of them necessarily feel that way, but I'm just saying, you just don't know.
You never
so, yeah, navigating that has been a little difficult because I I grieve a lost one, I grieve a loved one, but there's no grief like the grief of your
Losing your
mama.
mother.
Yeah.
There isn't.
So that has been difficult, but we're going to get through that. And now, like I say, your boys, they're very open. I think you've done an exceptional job with them. Kudos to you. Clap, clap, clap.
Thank you,
to
baby.
you with just raising them and getting them. Yeah, give yourself some clap.
You want to give me a song?
I was giving yourself, give yourself the cheer. Yeah, or whatever you give yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. They say give yourself flowers while you're still here.
Yeah.
But no, you've done a great job with navigating them through the grief process and doing that, and I think that has been helpful. So again, I'm probably the first woman, because you said the last woman you didn't introduce
They
them
never
to.
met her.
Right, so I'm the first woman after their mom has left to come into their lives and to be a mother figure to them. So again, we'll continue to create our own little relationship, our new traditions, our new little memories and things like that. And again, I've learned just through this whole process just to be patient.
Yeah. Let it work how it works.
Yeah, how it's supposed to work.
Because if God's in it, it'll work out.
Yeah, it will.
Don't try to rush it. Don't make it something it's not.
Exactly.
Today.
Yeah.
Well, to answer that question for me, I really don't have one, because you know how I operate.
But you also gotta say,
No,
you know
no.
how you are. You came from a blended family, so you understand.
I've been part of a blended family before.
So I think you have a better.
My father
perspective.
remarried, got a stepbrother who I don't call a stepbrother, of course.
You
He's
really
my
don't.
brother. I've never called my brother Mo my stepbrother.
Yeah.
It's never been. Even my
Half-brother.
half brother, I've never called
Never.
him like, oh, that's my half brother. No,
Never.
my brother's my brother.
Yeah.
So I have two brothers, and I've never wavered from that, and they will never waver from it. So, but for
Are you
me,
close with your stepmom? You or your ex
I
stepmom?
mean, I used to be.
Oh, wow.
I mean, since, their divorce, them getting divorced, no, I haven't. I see her every once in a while, but not
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
But no, and I mean, I'm one of the type of people where I know life is life, and I know things are going to always evolve. So I never sit there and get set and go, well, I don't like how this going. I don't like this. I don't
Okay.
like that. I know things are going to have to be adjusted. I know things are going to be difficult
Right.
sometimes. I know things are going to be good sometimes. Be honest with you, if I had to answer that question the way I want to really answer it, the most difficult part was when we did come together and the separation happened again. I was enjoying the time with Kevin and Nicole
You were. Yeah.
and Colin and Johnny and everybody.
Yeah.
I was enjoying because I love big families.
You do.
I have a big family.
You do.
So I enjoyed that part. I enjoyed us cutting up and having
Yeah,
fun,
you did.
baking cookies together and having dinner together
You
and
really
doing
look
things
forward to
together,
that.
playing, board games and things. I enjoyed that because that's what I love from my family. I love just spending time with my family regardless. So I think that's probably been the most difficult for me is the separation part now that we're back in our own separate households.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to us
I
getting
was about to
married
say, I know you're looking forward
and moving
to
back in together and everybody
Cutting up
being
again.
able to be in the house again.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, you love that. Okay. And we're going to create some new traditions when we get back together and everything. All right. Now, let me ask you, before we get up out of here,
Before we get to this quickie,
before we get there,
excuse me.
is it okay for your baby daddy's girlfriend
Hell no.
to ever have more influence
Hell no.
over your child's stability
No.
than the child's actual mother?
No. No. Hell no.
Okay, so what if the mother actually said, I'm kind of like when we were watching the show today, the mom left. So the mom leaves, she needs time to herself. Does that girlfriend have the right to still step
What
in?
mom left?
Well,
They didn't have, the baby
I
died,
know
so that's
I was just saying if the mom was still there and just left because they needed time. There's been some other shows that mothers, some, not a lot, but mothers have just abruptly left the household to give themselves time to get themselves together or whatever, to heal or whatever, and have come back. But I'm just saying, what if the mom just said, okay, you're taking the kids, you and whoever do whatever, and when I get myself together, I come back in the picture.
No,
So the girlfriend still doesn't have that right.
she doesn't,
Oh, okay, why?
because that's not her child.
Okay, so what if it's the wife and that's still not her child?
What you mean it's the wife?
If the two of them get married.
Okay, that's fine,
Okay.
but it's still not her child. Regardless if that mother disappeared or whatever, I don't know the situation based on what you're portraying it as, but that mother will always be that mother unless that mother's no longer there.
Okay. Got it.
And I'm not trying to make you something you're not. You're my wife. Yes. that's your stepchild.
Right.
Yes, you can discipline her if that's how we talk about
Right.
as your own. But still, her mother's her mother.
Now, let me ask, because I think we've had this debate before in our family. Remember, somebody said a stepmother is not a real title.
I don't care about titles. It ain't even about titles. It shouldn't be about titles.
Okay.
It's about the love that you have for those children. It doesn't matter about a title to me. I'm not sitting here asking Kevin and Nicole to call me a certain thing because I don't care.
Right. Yeah,
Whatever they call me, Mr. TC, Mr. Tennille, whatever they're comfortable calling me, I don't care. But I know, and they know without a shadow of a doubt, if they need something, they can call me.
Right.
And I will pick up the phone and I will see what's going on. And if it's something I can help with before anybody else can help with, it's done.
It's done. Right. Right.
It's done.
Absolutely.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
If Colin or Jelani needs something
100%.
and I'm not here,
You can still be here and they can still call.
No,
Whenever
right,
they
but I'm
call,
just saying,
whatever
and they call
got
you,
it. It's a done deal.
and they go, Miss Kiki or whatever they want to call you at that time, we need blah, blah, blah. Have you seen my father?
You ain't got to worry about have you seen the father. We just need such and such.
What you
We just
need?
got it. That's
I'll
it.
come get you. I'll be there in a minute.
That's it. It ain't nothing else to
So that BS about girlfriend, mother, stepmother, none of that stuff matters.
Yeah. But what happens if you're with somebody who is putting things into your head about the children
Then they're a negative person.
or about the mother of the child?
That's a negative person. I don't need negativity around my kids.
So you'll cut a woman off?
We breed in positivity here. We don't run to that negative. We gonna do everything's bad, everything's terrible. No, I don't do that. And you're not gonna do that.
Right.
You're not gonna be around my kids and influence them to have negative mindsets about themselves.
Or
No,
about the
I don't do that.
Right.
I don't do that.
Yeah. And you can honestly say that whenever you've been around, and even when you're not around, the kids will always tell you, I don't never say anything bad to them about their father. Because that's your father. Whatever perspective that you get, I want you to be able to create that from your own experience with your father. Not from...
Not something I told you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not something I told you.
And that's just not your information.
Right.
You know, I think we had one time, not to go off into it, but one time my daughter came to me and she asked me out the blue, she was like, I don't understand it. Why do you and my dad get a divorce? And remember, I came to you and I was like, why is she puzzled about this now? You was like, well, you got to think about it. In the household, she didn't see issues.
She didn't see issues.
problems.
She didn't see
Oftentimes when parents have a divorce, it's because it's clear. They had, my mother and father hate each other. But we kind of
But then
disguise that.
it's funny in that same breath, like recently she asked you, I never see you and Mr. TC argue. And she could relate that back to the first time she asked you about you and her father.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, definitely.
But you told her, we was like, no, we have dust ups. We have debates. We have things that we talk about.
Yeah, we have disagreements.
Right,
Yeah,
but it never gets to that point. It never gets to that disrespectful point where I hate you, I can't stand you. It's none of that.
Yeah.
So you never see that.
Right.
There's times we're not even talking for a day or two. But she doesn't see that. Not saying
she does see it.
But even sometimes she might see it.
Exactly.
Because I think she's even mentioned that before. She was like,
what did you do?
What did you do?
To the crazy man. The man was crazy already, girl. You realize the more men you get, you'll see. Yes. But no, yeah, you're right, baby. You are right. You're sure you're right.
Yeah, let's get to this quick. I don't know what you got going on over there.
Before we do, what advice, although we haven't had this experience, but we had a listener reach out to us and she was talking about just some advice to give for blended families when she's bringing adopted children into the mix.
I can't touch the adopted part. But long as you treat them like your own kids, then I think it's the same process.
Yeah.
That we kind of outlined this 3-part series.
Yeah. But I guess
communication between the adults, blending in with the other kids,
Yeah.
let that be organic. Don't try to force anything.
Absolutely.
Let that child, whoever, or those children be who they are.
Yeah. I would add though, and something that we did was that we tried to do like quarterly events with the kids. Maybe we went to Beat the Bomb, or we were going to bowling. We would
Went
do
to New York together. That was interesting.
Yes, excuse me. snow tubing.
With snow tubing.
So we've done some things, and that was the thing we said we wanted to make sure that they were able to bond together. So create environments where they can bond together, and ways that y'all can create new traditions. And we even said this year we want to make it a thing to go up to.
Like we've been to beaches together. We just do little small things.
Yeah, small things. And then it costs no money now. Yeah, at any point you just go out there and have a good time. The kids, of course, cut out all the time.
Yeah.
Jelani looking through Kevin's phone and that can go down and everything. So no, they have a good time. But what I was saying was that we said we're going to make it a point this year to go up to PA, not just to go snow tubing with Jelani, but ask Jelani's girlfriend to go with us. We said we think that would be something good to do as well. So just expand the traditions. If y'all have something and new family is coming into the mix, extend it to that new family so you all can still have that tradition, have that moment, but still be able to have everyone involved.
Okay.
So I would say that.
Okay. All right, let's get to this quickie, baby.
Quickie.
So the quickie for this part 3 is how do you handle an ex who cannot effectively co-parent?
Throw them in the trash where they belong.
I was going to say get rid of him.
There you go.
Get rid of him or her. But I don't think that's the real answer we should be giving these folks.
I mean, I don't think it's a right or wrong answer. You just got to find the best way to navigate that relationship, unfortunately. What may look right and for us may not be something typical for the other person.
That's true.
And I've heard other women, and we've had these conversations I've had with other women, they're like, oh yeah, me and my ex-girlfriend, me and my ex-husband, whoever, baby daddy, me and that new girlfriend, we're best friends. Girl, that girl, she take care of my kids. I love on her because she look out for my, and I wouldn't have no problem with that. If a woman came in and she literally treated my children with respect and didn't have no ill will feelings towards me and wasn't holding on to any bitterness, absolutely. Because like you said, it takes a village to raise children, to raise everyone. Yeah. So I think you just have to handle it accordingly. Find ways or take some steps. Like you said, number 1 is communication. Communication. And no matter what you think, because I've been, what's the word? I've been told that I'm just, what is it? I was told, I thought I was effectively communicating, but I was told or accused of just constantly, nagging my ex. Because annoying, yeah, constantly just sending messages and emails. And I'm like, if it's not about the children, I don't send you anything.
Right.
I really don't. So I had to go at a place where I wasn't speaking to them. And then I was like, that's not healthy though, because these kids,
they have stuff that has to be handled.
On, yeah, and there's no way to father, and I know some parents like to not have to deal with it. But you're not a parent if you're not dealing
with your kids.
You're just not. So yeah, how do you handle an ex who you cannot effectively co-parent with?
I'll give you the number 1 answer. Pray. Pray to God.
Pray. Lord, have mercy.
Pray to God.
Praying what day 5 straight for a whole hour. I've just been praying nonstop.
Lord, give me the strength.
God said it's still not enough, Kiki.
Yeah, you gotta pray some more. Pray without ceasing.
All right, so y'all tap in and let us know. Please. Tap in and let us know how you handle an ex who cannot effectively co-parent. Let's get all in y'all business.
Let me get in your business for once.
And tell us, give us some examples of some crazy stuff that you experienced when co-parenting.
Or blended families.
And blended families. And also the very opposite. Tell us some success stories.
Some things that you do that works.
Yeah. Help us.
Yeah.
Help us to help us.
That we go every Sunday to get ice cream.
We do. We used to do that. Well, not every Sunday, but we did go.
Yeah.
The kids love that.
Oh, so we just want to say, we finally finished part 3, y'all. I don't think you understand. We done recorded this thing 3, 4, 5 times.
5 times.
Because we just didn't feel like it was right.
Yeah.
This one feels right. Yes. So we hope y'all enjoyed it. We want to say thank you for listening to the 3-part series.
Yes.
And next week,
get into it, baby. Tell us, baby.
We have another important topic that we weren't originally going to record next week, but we are now. Just recently, we had a family situation come up. I'm not going to sit there and divulge which side. It don't really matter. But our families are being splintered. They're being broken. And if y'all are fine with that, I'm not. I grew up with a grandfather who kept everybody together. We had family reunions with hundreds and hundreds of people coming. And if you a buck, you know what I'm talking about. Just show up in Buck's Bottom, and there's hundreds of people. There's cars lined up on the main road because there's so many people trying to come. And there was no craziness. It was just family loving on each other, eating good food, listening to music, partying, having a good time.
Enjoying the moment, yeah.
And the devil is breaking those up.
We can't let it happen, y'all.
And I will not, and Kiki will not allow our families to succumb to what is happening in the world.
Yeah.
So
we're going to talk on it.
we're going to talk on family affairs. And I don't mean that kind of affairs. We ain't talking about I slept with him, he slept. No. We talking about family issues, family just dynamics. And trying to bring the families back together. That's what we trying to do. We trying to bring our families back together.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep.
That pettiness, you arguing about this, arguing about that, you on social media talking about this, you on social media talking about that. That's what the devil wants y'all to do. He wants y'all to be at each other's necks instead of showing love for each other. So tune in next week. Like I said, we took a pivot, we took a turn.
No, but we're still in the same thing.
We got something for y'all next week.
Yeah,
all right, so stay on the lookout for family affairs. All right, we love y'all.
We love
Thank you for listening. Peace.